if a video is reaching that group that we really want to reach online?
The only way to tell is with, I guess, if you're seeing the results, if you're seeing the conversions, that's money in your pocket, or you're tracking the analytics. And that's what I think a lot of people can look at when they're tracking their video progress. You know, getting these videos out is one thing. It's good to have it. It looks good. It legitimizes your brand, and it makes you look more professional. And it definitely tells your story, and it tells your customers and potential clients who you are and what you believe in and where you came from. You know, this kind of stuff builds authenticity, and it in turn brings more clients your way. Whether you see it or not, the story does help. But at the end of the day, just putting it out there on your website or putting it on a few posts isn't really maximizing what you paid for. You paid a lot of money for this. You're paying for a well-produced video, so why are you not trying to get it out to all the eyes that you can possibly get it out to?
Right, and I think that you mentioned that analytics may be one way to track this, but another way is to just to see if the dollars are rolling in, right? And I think what's is somewhat coincidental, right, is that we started working with certain clients like Scott Sparks and Ed McGill, and at the moment we gave them videos, not maybe at the moment, but during the process of them acquiring video and using video, they grew their businesses into massive wealth management firms, right? And so a lot of people may choose to see that as coincidental, but I think there's something in that goes hand in hand, that maybe not just the video itself as a tool can help lead you to be in a larger wealth management firm, but the mentality of how to use video to reach your clients, the mentality of trying to reach your clients on all different levels of communication, right? And really not skimping on all of the possibilities that are out there. And I think with video becoming the number one source that people use for education and entertainment, it's kind of crazy to still be having a giant block of text representing you and your firm's ideals on the front page, right?
Right, exactly.
But the front page of your video, the front page placement for your video is just one way that people are going to interact with these things. In the future, we're going to see a lot more of the handcuffs taken off when it comes to social media placement and how people are going to get these videos out there to potentially new clients. But certainly, the clients who are already giving you word of mouth will have much more opportunity to use your online tools when they're promoting you to their friends and family.
Correct. Yep.
But once it leaves your site, once it's out there in the ether, how do you know? Who do you know? So instead of just figuring, okay, well, maybe 10 of my clients shared this video this month, so there's 10 new views on there, right? How can I know if it was actually something that was effective?
Well, I always turn to the analytics. You put all this work out, and it's not just going into the abyss. Things are getting tracked, people are interacting with it, and people are clicking on it, and people are doing things based on the on the video.
I told you guys there's going to be a much more talk show oriented format today. Sid brought in Evan. Evan is one of our elite task force editors.
One of our editors. So one thing I recommend for first thing to do to get your analytics for your video after you get it from us is definitely have it on your website. That is a key thing that you want to have on your website. It's a key contributor to why people click, email, or call your firm. But beyond that, you definitely want to put your video on YouTube. YouTube is the hub of all creators, in my opinion.
Yeah, why fight against the thing that's already proven to work?
It's owned by Google. If someone Googles something and they hit video, they're all YouTube videos. So you definitely want to be on there.
It's the number, for a while, it was the number 2 search engine in the world. You know,
I didn't know that.
yeah, I think ChatGPT has changed everything, but for a long time, YouTube was the number 2 or 3 search engine in the world behind Google. So Google's got it all locked up, you know?
Yeah, so you want to be, it's everyone's goal to be top page of Google. So you definitely want to be in ties with YouTube. So put that video on YouTube. From there, you're able to track all the analytics, views, where they're rewinding your video, specific parts they're stopping, and you're able to just generate all sorts of content or it's not content, metrics, like gender, age, occupation, location. It tells you where your viewers are tuning in from. Beyond this serves as like a central hub for your video. So every time you post your video, whether it's a link on social media or it's in a newsletter that you send out via email, you're always going to link it to this YouTube video because this is going to be your central hub of your analytics. So every time someone clicks on this in an email or a post, it's counting towards your YouTube views and your YouTube analytics.
Cool. So, like, what are some of the analytics that, because, you know, like, YouTube does an amazing job of tracking almost every single kind of metric that somebody could have in terms of engagement with the video, right? But as a marketing person, or even as just like somebody's personal assistant who gets dragged in to be, you know, the one that makes sure this video works, what are like some of the most important analytics that people should be looking at to determine whether a video is productive or to determine how a video isn't producing?
So obviously views and comments and any sort of interaction is definitely good.
Yeah, right.
Beyond that, it is seeing where people are coming to your website from. So if your website is the driving force to converting your leads, they're going to your website, they're calling that number, they're sending that email based off something on your website, then you need to know where those people are coming from. Was it a social media post with your video? Was it a link you sent out, again, in like a newsletter or something? So this overall just better tracks your marketing efforts. Why are you putting out all this money? Why do you hire somebody and spend all this money to put yourself out there and build your brand if you're not tracking if it's beneficial or not? Or how can you tweak it and make it better? Because if you're not doing that, then it's just sunk money.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, it's not always that a video can be completely good or bad in terms of the way that it produces, right? Like maybe one part of a video is really powerful and another part just doesn't hit that well, right? How would I know if like maybe I just needed to change up the video instead of just completely go with a different message?
Yeah, so YouTube has these pretty neat, I don't know if they're metrics or whatever, but it tells you exactly what part of the video people are pausing the video, and it tells you if they're rewinding it and stuff like that. This serves as a point for YouTube, I think, when it comes to ads and stuff, seeing like breaks in your video and stuff like that. But as far as making edits to your video, if we see that someone is reacting to a beach scene more than a forest scene, then we're going to use more beach scenes in our videos. So it's not like you know, these things may seem small, but when you put them all together and you get enough videos, at the end of the day, you're going to learn how to make the perfect video.
Yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to is content generation. You have to be committed to the content generation, especially now that people are getting the access to social media like they never got before. So what you're going to see is you're going to see people who have to post now 7 days a week across 4 to 5 different platforms, right? And the content can't be exactly the same across all those platforms. So it's going to be very, very difficult for people to just on the fly or even week of think about how they're going to fill all these content posts, right? Even if they're doing selfie media, right? Like that's a big thing that people are talking about is like, well, what's the point of having a produced video when people can do selfie media? But when you think about the moment you talk about anything involving investments, anything involving insurance, anything that is an advice, right, in terms of finance, compliance has to look it over. So you're talking about a minimum 24-hour turnaround for each clip that they have to look at. Even when they're going to use AI, you know, you're talking about a while for people to get some of these clips turned around. So while you're waiting on these clips to get turned around, you might as well add branding. You might as well do something that draws a call to action back to your website or something like that. So, you know, we've been kind of recommending that people ramp up with lots of content. Plan a full month of content 2 months out, right? And have video be a part of that. But not just long form videos like corporate culture videos. What other kind of videos are going to be available to people out there past YouTube?
Well, we're moving into the digital age where everyone's on their phones, so most of the video now is consumed vertically. It may still be on LinkedIn, it may still be on Facebook, but the big ones dominating the vertical game are Instagram and TikTok. They have YouTube Shorts, and they have Reels all on Facebook as well.
Mm-hmm.
But these clips are what really do numbers. You know, people are going to watch these 5 times instead of watching your long form video 1 time. So this is a great way to get your message out and make it concise. And you can do this often. You can do this in a lot of places as well.
Yeah, so do you have any ideas of like what makes a good like TikTok video or an Instagram reel?
Just something that has some sort of call to action and something engaging. I always like when people engage with their followers. The selfie videos are also a great way to engage.
Mm-hmm.
They're more relatable, and it makes you feel like you're kind of having a conversation with the person. So those are definitely popular ways. I have seen some financial advisors do the selfie videos a lot. They do like a morning coffee type speech, a minute or two, just kind of getting you ready for the day or capping off the day type thing.
Yeah, actually, and I saw a great example the other day of a video that, you know, is a selfie video, but doesn't take any compliance because it doesn't have any finance involved. Getting involved with something like a national do your hair day, or like Doug Dawson did on LinkedIn recently. It was Texas's Independence Day, right? So the Texan Independence Day, he just did a, hey, I'm proud to be a Texan type video real quick on his phone. You know what that does? That engages with the other people in his local market, right? Because, you know, one part of being a Texan is probably pretty proud to be a Texan, right? So a lot of people want to engage with that. They want to talk about, you know, I was born in this city and I lived in Texas all my life, or, you know, like I moved here when I was 12 years old, but I would never ever be in a different place. You know, like there's conversation that develops behind that.
Yeah.
And you get a chance to flash your personality, which is the only reason people buy from you nowadays. It is not your groupthink on comprehensive planning or, you know, your strategies around estate planning. Although they want you to be an expert in those fields, that's definitely a part of it. They certainly just want to vibe with you. This is a 40-year relationship in some cases. I don't want to be with an asshole for 40 years.
Right.
I want to be with somebody I like, somebody that we can jam. So, all right, man. I think that was a pretty good conversation.
Yeah, it was.
You know, I think, you know, certainly if you guys want to learn more, definitely hit us up here at Optimum Films. If you're looking to learn more about how to buy videos or just what can videos do for your business, contact Sid, that's S-I-D, at OptimumFilms.com. If you want to learn more about analytics and just find out how you can learn what parts of your video are the most important and how they're performing, you can reach out to Joey here at Joey, that's Joe with an Y at the end there, at OptimumFilms.com. And as always, I'm Rob G at Optimum Films. Don't forget the G, because I'm gangsta. All right. Anyway, have a great day. Yeah, Rakim said, "Well, whatever happened to peace? Peace."
Nice. Yeah, that reminds me, we could do like a full video on like a vertical video.